Well, good afternoon, YouTube. This is Chuck again, and it's still Sunday, May 26, 2024. And let me see, it's about 3:30 here. I just got done shooting that first video about the firefighter story, and while I'm sitting here, I figured I'd bring you an update from Alabama Al. So this will be a Bigfoot video, and got some pictures to add to this too. And what that means is that I'm going to have to stop and start the video a little bit, and it might be a little bit jerky. I'll try not to have any big awkward pauses in there. But as you know, I don't edit. I just shoot with a phone. And so basically what this is going to be, it's going to be like probably 3 separate videos with some still pictures tied into it. So I link them together, and I'll figure out a way to do this, and if you see it, you know I figured it out, and if I don't figure it out, you'll never see it. So anyway, let me get on with the story. I reached out to Al last night and asked him how he was doing, if he had anything new to report, and he texted me back right away, and he said, yeah, he did. He had some pictures he wanted to show me and some other stuff, and he'd sent me a picture earlier, and I wanted to get his permission to share it, and that's one of them I'm going to use today. But anyway, so I told him, I said, well, I'll call you in the morning. And he said, great. So I ended up calling him this morning, and we talked for about an hour. And he texted me probably, I don't know, I didn't count them, but 10 or 12 pictures about different things that have happened down there. And some of them pretty remarkable. The 2 of them I'm going to share with you today, both are pictures of cloaked Sasquatches. And so, you know, can you see them in full solid form? No, you can't. Can you see them cloaked? Yes, you can. And I'll explain what you're looking at. But anyway, he said before he was having a lot of crazy stuff, you know, slapping on the house and hooting and hollering and yelling at night and all this kind of stuff like that. And he said all that has gone away. And since I asked him about how his back and his hip were doing, he says since that healing, he says he's been great. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. And that's absolutely wonderful. And if you haven't watched that video, go back and find it and watch that one, because it's pretty amazing. But anyway, as I said, we talked for about an hour, and he texted me a picture, and I'd look at it, and he'd tell me what I'm looking at, and there's pictures of blurry figures, and there's pictures of eye glow, and some other stuff, and a lot of it'd be too hard to put on and explain here, but 2 of the remarkable ones I am going to put in. And so I think I'm going to plug the first one in right here, and then I'll tell you when I come back. I'll tell you what you're looking at. Okay, if you look right in the middle of that picture, you'll see that there's a distortion, a blur, a figure that's kind of out of focus. There's actually 2 figures in that picture. But the first one is, I'm going to try to get it right in the center of the picture. I think it is. And then off to its left in the background a little bit, there's another one. Well, I've already zoomed and cropped this picture about as much as I can do it. But if in the background, starting on the left side of the picture, you'll see there's it's some old scrap lumber is what it actually is. It's in the background. If you look real close, you can see that blurry figure, that distortion, is actually quite a ways this side of that lumber. And the way you can tell that is if you look on either side of it, that lumber's in pretty good focus. But right in the middle, you can see that it's all blurred out. And if you look down lower than that and look into the grass, you can see the same thing in the grass. Now, if you look at the top of this figure, and the figure's not really big, I think it's probably juvenile, you can actually see a face. You can't see it real well, but you can actually see a face there. And Al says that to him, he said that was it looked like a female face, and it looked like a very, very Native American features, had very human face looking with Native American features. And the one that talked to him originally, that gave him her name, her name is Sanya. And Al's pretty sure, and I agree with him, I think this is probably Sanya. And what she did is she became partially visible to show him. Now, he said since he talked to me initially, he's quit trying to go out and catch pictures of everything. He's got quite a few pictures still, but he says he isn't doing it often enough. But he said he was inside his home the other night, and he was told, come out and take a picture. They told him that. And so when he went outside, they kind of indicated where to take the picture at. And so he took the picture, and this is what he got. Well, off to the left of this one that we think is Senya, there's another one back a little further, and it's probably a younger one. Senya originally told him that she's 21, but doesn't look in the pictures, doesn't look like she's very big. So she's either a very short individual, or maybe she's younger than she said she was, or maybe we heard it wrong or something. But anyway, that's what you're looking at in the first picture. So stop right here, back it up, and take another look at it, and see if you see what I'm telling you, because it's there. I can see it pretty plainly. I've seen enough cloaked Sasquatch folks that I pretty much know what I'm looking at. Well, the second picture, I'll tell you a little bit about it before I show it to you. And this is in a little wooded area, pretty close to Al's house. And he walked back in there, and he got this feeling of a presence there. And in the center of the picture, kind of in the background, there's a little dark area. And he was thinking that what he was seeing was back there. And he saw what he thought was a face down pretty close to the ground. But when he sent me the picture, one of the first things I noticed was right in the center of the picture, there appears to be a distortion in the shape of a figure, right in the middle of the picture. Now, I'm going to put this picture up twice. And what I'm going to do, the first time, I'm going to put the picture up exactly the way Al sent it to me. And then I'm going to put another copy of it with an outline drawn around where the figure's at. So you'll be able to stop the video and back up and take a look at it and compare the two pictures and see if you can see what I saw there. I can clearly see a head, a shoulders, a body of an individual. It's a little hard to tell how tall, but I'd say maybe at least the 6 foot range, maybe a little taller. But I can pretty clearly see the distortion there, and everything inside that figure is blurry and distorted, and everything on either side of it is pretty clear. So I'm going to stop the video right here and insert that and take a look and tell me what you think, and I'll be back here in just a second. So did you see what I saw there? When I explained to Al what he was looking at, he could even see it. At first, he didn't notice it. He was looking back in the background further for something further in the background. But I saw that distortion right square in the middle of the picture. Now there's 3 tree limbs that are going pretty much horizontally right across through the top of that picture. And the bottom one kind of curves down and then curves back up again. And if you need any help trying to orient yourself, it runs right across about where the eyes would be on the head. So the head reaches up into where those limbs come across there. But I can see the head pretty clearly. And, do I absolutely know that's what it is? Well, I wasn't there, so I can't absolutely say I know what that is, but that sure is what it looks like to me. So I figured I'd share that with you. So, Alabama Al's doing well. He still is, his head's still spinning. He's still having issues with the mind speak, because he's getting these thoughts in his head and he's trying to figure out where they come from. But as time goes on, I think he'll get a little bit more confident, and that's what he's hearing, because he's still in that where the heck did that thought come from stage. And we all went through that, and I still do that from time to time. But he's doing well. He told me some other stories, but I don't want this to run too awful long. And it's going to take me a little bit to figure out how to insert these pictures into here and try to make it look somewhat professional and get them uploaded. So right now it's coming up on 4 o'clock. I think I'm going to take old Flapjack over to the park for his little stroll. And then when I get back, I'll trying to put these 2 videos together and try to get them uploaded this evening. So as I always tell you, take care of each other, love each other. As I said, it's a beautiful day here. It's around 80 degrees. It's supposed to get about another 5-6 degrees warmer this week. And I think last year we kind of went directly from winter to summer, but we've got a little bit of spring weather this year, and it's been pretty darn nice. And we certainly appreciate it. So for right now, I think nothing more really to do than to tell you I'll bring you another one here pretty quick. My last car video there of Jerry's 65 Barracuda has really done pretty well, and I've got a lot of good comments about that. And appreciate every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch my silly stuff. But for right now, I think I'll just tell you, until I talk to you again with another one, I think I'll just tell you, peace out.